The new Connect tool within NEX will allow you to connect any component with any other type of component, essentially creating an edge connection between them. So to help illustrate this, I'll zoom in on this simple extruded cube and show you that with these two vertices selected, if I enter the Connect tool, I'll get this green OpenGL preview. At any point I can actually change my selection, and you notice that the OpenGL preview automatically updates, showing me where the connection will be made. I can press enter or just switch to any other tool to actually bake in that connection. I'm going to undo that and switch to edge mode and show you that you can actually make connections along edges. So here's that connection. Of course I can add to my selection and continue that connection or disconnect it, and you'll see that here I have two isolated sections, and I can press enter or switch to another tool to bake that in as well. Also, you can switch to face mode, and here with this simple face selection I can enter the Connect tool and I can just redirect that by adding to that selection as well. So you can dynamically change your selection while in the Connect tool, and it automatically will redirect that connection based on whatever you have selected. You're also not limited to just single edge connections. So for instance, on this cube I can select the edges all the way across and enter Connect, and normally you just get the single segment connecting all these edges, but using your middle mouse button you can actually dynamically adjust however many segments you want. So for instance, I can set up 2, and by using the right mouse button and Ctrl+Shift held, you can actually switch to different attributes to adjust for that connection. So for instance, I can switch to slide, and then using my middle mouse button I can actually adjust that. I can switch to pinch and switch and adjust that. Here I'm going to reset and adjust the segments again, and again I'm going to switch to pinch and adjust it so it meets up on the edge of the box like that, and switch to the move tool. And also, if you just have a single edge selected instead of a combination of edges and enter the Connect tool, you'll notice that it automatically creates a connection all the way across the edge ring. So if I create that connection, I can quickly create sort of a chamfered cube using the Connect. You'll notice that the attributes carry over to the next connection, so however many segments you designate and whatever pinch and slide value you set up will apply to the next one, so that you can create nice symmetrical models like this. You can also share different component types amongst your selections. So for instance, I can start on a vertex selection, and you'll see that, and then switch to edges, and then end up, for instance, again on a vertex. And now I can use any of the different parameters here. For instance, I could switch the slide, and you can slide along those edges while still being locked to those vertices. So you're not just stuck to vertex or edge to edge. You can switch from any of the 3 different component types and make that type of connection. This especially makes the multi-component mode more useful, in that you can actually just switch from face, and I'll start the connection, and go to edge mode, and then go end up on that vertex and create a connection just like that. You notice it actually preserved the setting, so I can just reset that to lock it back to the middle, and there's my connection. You'll also notice that you can use Connect with symmetry. So for instance, if I select an edge here and just enable symmetry, I can go even on areas that are not symmetrical. So here I'm just going to select that ring and enable Connect, and you can see that I can just adjust the attributes here and make that connection. So for instance, I can do that again on his torso and press Connect, and you'll notice that as I change any of the parameters, the texture coordinates are kind of staying in put. That's because the OpenGL preview is not really moving the mesh or doing anything along those lines. It's just showing you a preview and then actually applying the cut once you've engaged the Connect.